Hello and welcome to Delmer TV. It has been a new day in America. It's a new administration, which means a lot of different policies that President Trump has in place when it comes to immigration will be revoked by President Biden. Today, we have a special guest. Ina Simakovsky is a lawyer that operates in Columbus who has been in front lines. Ina, welcome to Delmer TV.
Thank you so much for having me on this incredible day.
It really has been. You have been advocating and for a long time for different families who have been suffering due to immigration policies. What can we expect from President Biden's reform policy in terms of immigration?
Well, we can definitely expect a more humane policy. And I think the question now becomes, will the Biden-Harris administration be able to have a legislative agenda? So can we have immigration reform that the House and Senate can pass, or is it going to be by executive action? So President Trump did a lot by executive action, and President Biden can now undo those things. But some of the policies really need in Congress. So today the Biden administration came up with a plan, and I just want to kind of highlight some of those points because I think some of them are very relevant for your audience. And I'm going to read some of this because it's brand new and it's obviously been finalized yet. So the Biden administration's priorities are going to be keeping families together, growing the economy, managing the border responsibly with smart and technology, and figuring out the root cause of why so many people are coming from Central America. And again, opening the doors to our refugee policy and to our refugees. Some of the things that are being highlighted are there's going to be a temporary legal status for those that are undocumented. So anyone that has been here before January 1st of 2021, they're going to try to come up with a temporary status for those individuals. That temporary status will be for 5 years, and you have to go through background checks, criminal checks, pay your taxes. And after 5 years, 3 years later, they're going to try to make those people citizens. So that's very important. The other very important part that people with DACA and TPS and immigrant farm workers, they're going to have a green card program for them. This is very important for our Somali friends because Somalia does have TPS, and a lot of Somalis will be able to adjust through that and get their green card through their TPS. One of the things that I really like about this policy is they are changing the word alien to non-citizen. So words do make a difference. And so whenever we've called people undocumented or illegal or aliens, people can't be aliens. So they're changing words to non-citizens, which is very relevant. When people stay in the country for longer than 6 months or longer than 1 year, there are 3 and 10-year bars. Those bars are going to be eliminated. They're going to increase the diversity visas from 55,000 to 80,000. They're going to promote the refugee process. And the list goes on and on and on. One of the things that, obviously border security is part of this, but I don't think there's going to be any false promises about anyone paying for a wall or building a wall. I think there's a lot of technology that can be used. And for our friends from Central America, it does look like they are going to put together a plan to address what's happening in Central America, and they're going to put money into Central America so that people from Central America are not coming here. Or if they're coming here, we have a safe and civil and legal process for asylum. So with the asylum process has been a complete disaster under the Trump administration, and it looks like Biden has recognized that, and they're going to get rid of the 1-year filing deadline for filing for asylum. And they're going to increase information and increase funding for U visas, T visas, VAWA. They're also going to fix the immigration court, which our immigration courts are completely in chaos and disaster. And most of that is just because we are not allowed to communicate with anyone. All communication with the Trump administration has been closed off to lawyers. So now, even today, we received an email stating what judges are going to be on the bench this week and next week. We haven't gotten an email like that in 4 years.
Wow.
So it's just simple things.
Quick question. Prior to when Trump was in charge, a lot of judges were under a lot of pressure to meet up this status quo.
Yes. So a lot of the judges, what Sessions did and what Barr did was they eliminated the judge's ability to control their own docket. So a lot of judges can grant continuances, or they can administratively close cases because people have relief. But the Trump administration blocked all of that. And I think Biden's going to open it up, and they're going to manage the courts in a human way, because I think with kindness and with organization, you can get the same things done. The more people communicate, the faster you can move cases along.
Wow. Now, obviously, Biden's going to bring a lot of reform. Can you speak on the how difficult it was when Trump and his administration were in charge?
It's been a really rough 4 years. I think one of the hardest things as an immigration attorney to see is the inability to reunite families. So either families are getting ripped apart at the border, or people are getting deported with no relief, or because of the Muslim ban, a lot of our Somali and other people from other Muslim countries cannot reunify with families. It's been, I mean, I cannot believe we've done this for 4 years. I feel like we are all coming out of some sort of trauma or war with just trying to preserve human decency and keep family reunification.
Can you speak on the 8-year pathway citizenship that Biden recommended to the Congress?
So they are supposed to put together a plan by which people that have been here since January 1st and people that are undocumented to be able to get on a pathway to their green card and then get on a pathway to citizenship. And I think that pathway will be much faster for people that have DACA and TPS and migrant farm workers. So people that are already here and that already have status, they're going to give them a pathway to legalize. And I think that that's really important, because these are the people that are paying taxes. These are the people that are the frontline workers. These people have families in the US. And there's really no point in having these statuses that don't lead to anything, because these people aren't going anywhere. These people have houses, jobs, families, and they've done everything right. And I think there's a place and a time to offer an amnesty, as long as you pay your taxes and you speak English and you pass a background check. So I think that there's a way to do this that works for all parties involved. And I really hope that the Congress gets behind this, because we do need immigration reform. We are desperate for immigration reform.
And finally, as an immigration lawyer who has been front lines for quite some time, how relieved are you to see this change that's coming up?
We are so happy. We are thrilled. We have an amazing office with amazing staff that has persevered in this time of chaos. And I feel like we have come out better, because we know that the fight is in us, but now it's time to have some sort of relief. And I would also stress to our Somali clients and to other clients that it's imperative right now. Whenever there's immigration reform, that's when a lot of people provide services that aren't necessarily legitimate. So for people right now that are saying, where do I go and apply for something? There's nothing to apply for yet, right? And when we do know what we can apply for, it is so important to get an immigration lawyer and to not go to the notaries that are located in all the Somali malls and not go to your friends, because again, whatever you're applying for, there's going to be consequences to that. So let's apply in a way that gives you the positive consequence versus the negative consequence. And I'm just going to put our card here. We are located at 460 East Main Street, and we can be reached at 614-695-4605. And we are incredibly thrilled that this day has come and that we have Biden and we have Harris, and we will have positive changes to our immigration system.
Viewers, that's Ina Simakovsky. Ina, we greatly thank you for your valuable time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Mahasana.
Oh, give me 1 second. Let me put an intro.